Welcome to day 582 of our Web3 journey. I'm Ed Krasenstein here with my twin brother, Brian. And remember, these videos are being sponsored by NFT Tech. They're an investor in Deso. And Brian, what's going on with Elon Musk? What's the latest?
Yeah, well, as you know, he is definitely buying Twitter. I think it's finalized now. He is the owner of Twitter. But there's some interesting fallout. I don't want to call it fallout, but Dogecoin is actually soaring, I think, in part because of Musk finalization of this purchase. Doge is up 35% in the last few days. Musk has talked about using Doge as a form of payment for subscriptions or if there's a paid version of Twitter in the past. He hasn't brought it up recently, but people think that maybe Doge could finally get some actual utility if Musk does decide to integrate it in Twitter somehow. Whether that happens or not, I'm not too sure. It's important to note, though, that there is currently a $258 billion racketeering lawsuit against Musk by some investors of Dogecoin who lost some money because of the way Doge got pumped up following Musk's comments in the past. I highly doubt they're going to win the lawsuit. You never know. But it just shows that Musk has pulled over Dogecoin. I don't know. I don't know if Doge is a great investment. It's highly inflationary, but over time, the rate of inflation actually decreases because it's a fixed amount of inflation, if that makes any sense. The creators haven't iterated upon it in 7 years since 2015. That might not necessarily be a bad thing because, it's a kind of set in stone, the coding behind it all. But we'll see. I think that Musk will do something with crypto slash Web3 ultimately, but I think it's going to take some time. I think his first order of business is to figure out moderation.
Yeah, and what Brian means by the rate of inflation is like, let's say you have 100 coins in existence, and then the next year you have 1,000. So that rate of inflation is what, 1,000%,
Thousand
right?
percent.
So then the next year you have 1,000, it goes to 2,000. It goes up by 1,000 again. The rate of inflation is just 200%. And the next year, so it's the rate of inflation is gradually going down because there's so many coins being put into existence. I wonder if now would be a good time for Deso to consider adding Dogecoin to Megaswap.
Yeah, I don't think it would be a bad time for sure.
And then maybe Elon could use Megaswap as a way to allow all cryptos to be traded.
Right.
Never know, right? So I just want to warn everyone on Deso that there's a Deso team account at Deso team that is a scammer. Ignore this account, block it if you can. I want to let everybody know there's no official Deso accounts that do not have the blue check mark next to them. So if you have any question whether it's a Deso, an official Deso account or not, check to see if it has that blue check mark on Diamond app. If it doesn't, then it's not official. Thanks to Stargazer for pointing this out. Team Deso is a real account. So if you see that one, but they have the blue check, that is real. Deso team is a scam.
Yeah, and the at Deso account is, of course, an actual account as well, who released some stats yesterday. And they noted that it's been about 600 days, and there are now 123,000 monthly active users on the Deso blockchain. 1.8 million accounts have been created in those 600 days. $12 million has been earned by creators thus far, and 77 million on-chain social transactions have taken place. So not bad. Even though there's 1.8 million accounts, obviously many of these accounts may have been there just to purchase some token, some of the coin, or signed up. Maybe there's bots. The monthly actives, what you look at, 123,000. I'm sure there's some bots included in this, but overall, I think the trajectory of growth on Deso has finally picked up. And I think that if they keep pushing forward and keep rolling out new features and start the marketing machine, I think we're setting up to be in a pretty good place over the course of the next 6 to 12 months when I think that the crypto winter will probably come to an end. And I think there's going to be a lot of changes within the social media space. So Deso is setting up to be in a really good position.
You said 12 million earned by creators. Now, I wonder if that's based on what Deso is worth today or based on what it was when they earned it.
That's a good question.
I imagine it's based on Deso's price today, right? But I don't
I'm
know how
thinking so.
easy it
Yeah.
would be to calculate the price it was when they earned it.
Agreed. Agreed.
So technically, Deso is sitting at $15 when it was at $150. That 12 million would be 120 million, which is
Yeah,
really
and
crazy.
I don't know. I mean, maybe it's possible that they're using stats that actually calculate the price of DISA when it was earned. So I don't want to say that for sure.
Yeah. So moving on, Ty Fisher made a post about the airdrop. So that airdrop, the second airdrop by Deso took place yesterday. They actually initiated it early just because of the time it took to pay out all the 5,000 Deso dollars. Users received between 5 and 10 Deso dollars. I think it was 5 or 10 based on your account age. So I imagine it was older accounts got 10 and newer accounts got 5. I didn't actually check this, but I assume that's what they did. 500 DSO dollars in total, 5,000 DSO dollars in total were dropped to those who commented the word DSO on the post that they made the day before. It was first come, first serve. So if you didn't get it, you were probably just too late to the party. You probably didn't respond in time. Additionally, they took steps to validate users. So they tried to weed out some of the bots. I'm not sure exactly what they did or how they did it, but they did say they tried to do that.
Yeah. And it's nice to see this. I think it increases activity, and I'd like to see them do different variations of airdrops throughout the rest of the year. That would be pretty interesting to see how that would affect or impact the daily active user numbers.
Yeah, so GD Virtual Galleries released a sneak peek of the promo video that is going to be seen by millions of people who are watching the Latin Grammys. Of course, GDS, behind GD Virtual Galleries, said that they started their journey on DSO 564 days ago. I guess now it's 565. He said that those who doubted him back then are now wanting to work with him. It's funny how things come around like that. GDS is doing amazing things. He's getting so much attention, and I hope it brings some attention to DSO as well.
Yeah, and Gabriel is an amazing person. We got to meet him in Miami I guess, it was last year in May, I think. And it's just such a great person to talk to, very knowledgeable. I'm just so happy to see him succeed like this because nobody deserves it more than he does.
Yeah, and there's some, I guess you could say, sad news. Move on. The creators behind Over Deso and Over Cloud made a post yesterday, essentially parting ways with Deso. Not 100%, but as far as their apps go, they're parting ways. They said it's been an incredible journey, but time is up. Um, Seem to point some fingers to the core team. They said they're a bit disappointed that core team didn't support them like that they had hoped. Uh, all the servers are going to be shut down for OverDeso and OverCloud. OverCloud, the brand name, will be used, but it will be used for a new project with a completely different concept, likely on another blockchain. This is bittersweet. I think they did some great things. Don Hardman and team did some really great things on DSO. I really loved OverCloud. I'm not sure the exact reasons why they didn't get as much support from the core team as they had hoped. I think they were like a little late to the Octane Fund. I think they came along with their awesome product just as the Octane Fund was closing up shop for that first segment of investments, and they didn't make the cut. I think mostly because they were just so new and they didn't have the time to really pitch themselves for the project. I wish they got funding. I think they had a lot of potential. Maybe it was viewed as being too much of a parallel with other node apps and nodes out there like Diamond, like Desocial World. I mean, Desocial World didn't get funding either.
That,
I,
that
I think
that's
I think the
that's
core
kind of
team's
how I
looking.
see it.
I think the core team's looking to fund different types of apps. They don't want to just fund like apps that are doing the same thing. And I'm not saying Overcloud was doing the same thing as Diamond because there were a lot of differences, but they were very parallel in what their business models were, I guess you could say.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you that I think that's probably one of the reasons why they weren't funded. I think that that, like you said, they were looking for different areas, different niches, and they already had Diamond App. So anything that was similar to Diamond App, in a way, I think they kind of shied away from. Which whether whatever way you look at it, I think that they could be right in some respect, wrong in other respects. But ultimately, I wish the best for Don Hardman and the team. Overcloud is amazing. Whatever chain they choose, I'm sure they're going to do some pretty cool things.
Yes, so Desocial World, they released their extended list of post to earn winners. We talked about this a little bit yesterday. They are now, not only are they awarding the top 8 posters who post on Desocial World and get the most engagement, they're awarding the top 50. So part 2 of the list is number 9 through 50. Number 9 through 50 will earn $1. So top 8 earn more. 9 through 50 earn $1 each. It's still a prize. I think it's still worth, posting on Desocial World for. I'm not going to name all 50. I will name numbers 9 through 20 though. Congratulations to Mythica, Hake, Mr. Person 177, William Laurent, Zoran, Mr. Triplet, Panini, Lil Lover, Rihan Ri, Michelle Lord, ECOE, and Mayumi Japan. Congratulations for winning that $1. And again,
Yeah.
this is also sponsored by our app, NFTZ.
Yeah, congrats to everybody there. Also, I'm going to give a shout out to Tyne, who's joined as a gold sponsor of the Crypto Winter 2020 Community Hackathon. The prize pool is now at $7,000. Incredible. So they raised 5,000 from core and 2,000 from the community. Hopefully they raise a little bit more. I know they have a goal of 10,000. I talked to Slava the other day and he told me that they want to raise 10,000. So the prize is 10,000. So good luck to the community hackathon. Thank you, Tyne, for boosting the payout.
Yeah, love what Deso Labs is doing here. Again, you can buy an NFT from Deso Labs, which is essentially a sponsorship. You get all kinds of unique benefits when you purchase that sponsorship. So check them out. Just go to Deso Labs on Deso. Go to desolabs.nftz.me if you want to see the NFT options you have. Let's get this up to $10,000. What do you say?
Let's do it.
So as many of you know, nftz.me is the only place where you can post and view live time Deso NFT auctions in the entire world right now. So just go to nftz.me/auctions. You're going to see all of the NFTs ending soon. I'm just going to highlight a few that are ending in the next 24 hours. Clay Oglesby has 2 Unicat NFTs that are up for auction. They end at around 1 p.m. Eastern time. They're both Halloween themed. They're monster themed. Pretty cool NFTs. Check those out. Also more from Panda Rubicon. They have some NFTs ending at 4 p.m. Eastern time. Again, these have no minimum bids, so you can get them really cheap if nobody else gets in a bidding war with you. Actually, I put some very low bids on them. Bought some a couple days ago. I love what they're doing there. A Halloween themed Bulby. Bulby's a new NFT series on Deso. A new Halloween themed one ends at 6 p.m. Eastern time. The minimum bid's just 0.1 Deso, so about $1.59 or so. Definitely check that one out as well. Striga has a painting up for auction, a painting that he has digitalized. It's entitled Hug for NFT. It ends at 4 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow morning. Divine, D1, V1, and 3 is auctioning off a really cool Insurgent Frog NFT that ends at 6:30 tomorrow morning Eastern time. So check all those auctions out, nftz.me/auctions.
All right, I want to quickly get to the top 10 NFT bidders on the Deso blockchain over the last 24 hours, and they are as follows. The Gonrin, OTZ Gallery, Metaphilosopher, Dr. Rob, Ambitious Lynch, Spunk Art, Chermislav Digdong, The Store, JD, and Sajin. And the top diamond creators over the last 24 hours, thanks to our friends at Altonbase, these people earned the most diamonds or tips on their posts and replies on the Deso blockchain last day. They are as follows: Core Zero, Penkari RizQ, ECOE, Goldberry, BK Power 8, Randier, Haki, Ben Holfield, Panini, and Striga.
And thanks everybody for listening. Have a great rest of your day, great weekend, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.